Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sinister Parlor Podcast. I'm Zombie Barbie, and tonight I have my friend and fellow podcaster, Sir Sturdy, who has a podcast called Horror with Sir Sturdy. So?
I'm glad I am finally on the show. I did watch your episode from the other day, your first episode you put out, which I did enjoy, and thank you for the shout out on that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And,
I'm glad you
How does it feel to be a host of your own show now?
It's fucking amazing. It feels so good because you can just do anything however you want.
Exactly.
And time zones, you only have to worry about your own time zone. You can schedule your own just whenever you want to do it. It's so cool.
It is. And as you know, I have a team around me. I know you have a little team around you, but it's cool to be like the head person, like whatever you want to do, whatever direction you want to go in, it goes. And I know the people are going to follow suit or whatever the case may be, but it's not like you have to talk with other people like, hey, well, I want to do this week and this next week. And like, no, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And it's fun. You meet so many cool freaking people through this network.
Yeah. Well, and I've even had, you have people reaching out to come on, which I think is super cool when they do that. So
that feels so freaking good.
You're like, oh my gosh, they want to come on. That's so cool.
That feels so great.
Yeah. So, tonight we're going to talk about, this was one of my favorite movies. That's why I had you watch it. So when I was either 11, 12 or 13, I can't remember. So I'm super obsessed with Amityville just in general. So, I've read the biographies, I've watched documentaries, I've watched obviously all the original ones, whatever, but this one was one of my favorites. A lot of people I know haven't seen it. And so I used to think that it was called Amityville 1992, but apparently it's not. It's called Amityville It's About Time.
Yeah.
And so for all these years, I've been like, Amityville 1992. You got to watch Amityville 1992. So I'm sure nobody even knew what the hell I was talking about.
Or it's a completely different Amityville movie. They're like, okay, yeah, you guys are discussing the movie. Like, this didn't happen in the movie at all. What are you talking about?
I know. But it was so funny because and I don't know why I like it so much. It's just, I know one part. So remember when the daughter or whatever turns evil. She takes the boyfriend into the garage and, she's on the little town, the little electric town.
Yeah, with the trains.
Yeah, and when she's all pretty and her hair is all badass and she has all this makeup on and she's dressed all sexy, I was like, oh my God, she's so pretty. So I think that's why it was my favorite at the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, she's
Makes
so
sense.
pretty.
That particular scene you brought up, though, that was a real cool scene, the way it played out. Once he started walking towards her, I was like, this isn't going to be good.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, poor guy. But even how they did the special effects with him melting into the floor, and then at the end he's
I like that
stretched and his eyeballs are all sticking out and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. That was good.
So the one thing about it that I never really liked a lot is that it's not in the Amityville house.
Yeah. Yep. I get it, but I like how they incorporated the clock with it. I thought that was pretty cool. But I do feel maybe that's why it's not appreciated as much, or maybe so many people haven't watched it because of that right there. Because I feel if it was in the house, then you're just like, okay, boom, I gotta watch it. But I do feel again, the clock has a connection to the house, so it kind of steers it away from the house a little bit, but still has one of those stories from the the Amityville series.
Yeah. I know, and it was so hard to decide what movie to do because we've been talking and we're like, oh, we should do this movie. Oh, this movie's good.
Yeah.
Oh, what about this? We need to do this one. And it was and so there's one I wanted when we commented on that one post about People Under the Stairs. Was it Thad or David? Somebody posted it, or no, it was Lance Dale, I think, posted it. And I was gonna write you and be like, oh, we should do the People Under the Stairs, but I was like, I gotta do Amityville. Let's do Amityville. We can do that one next time.
I'm cool with either one. As you know, I'm the type now, which I'm sure you're the same way with the podcast now. I'm like, I have to watch a shit ton more movies. Like I have to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
movies I've never heard of or never seen, just for the simple fact if somebody wants to come on and do this, that, or the third, or I can make, hey, when you come on, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Versus just watching the same things from when you're a kid on till now. Now I'm just like branching off into other things, and Tubi's a great app for that.
Tubi's amazing. There's a lot of shit on there. Well, the one thing too that I've noticed, so, I mean, I have Prime, Netflix, Hulu, obviously Tubi, but it's like there's 3 movies that are always hard for me to find that are free. And it's this one, which for some reason it's free now. Return of the Living Dead 3 and oh God, what's the other one? Sometimes They Come Back Again.
I gotta see those.
You haven't seen any of them?
Well, 2 of those.
Oh,
no,
shit.
Not to my recollection.
God, they're so good. Yeah, those ones, and it's weird because you'd figure like the sequels like that they'd be free, and the originals would be the hard ones to get.
Yeah, I hear you with that. But I think with the originals, they're just like, I know people want to see this, so let me just get it to them.
That could be too.
That's my guess. I could be wrong.
Except for people would want to pay for the originals as opposed to paying for one that's a sequel.
True. That could be it too. I mean, if they had to choose, like, hey, I'd rather get this one. I'd rather have to pay for this than pay for this.
Yeah.
Because I know I love this.
Mm-hmm. Like if I had to pay for, Halloween, the original, or Halloween H2O, I'd pay for the original.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yes. I'm with you on that.
So you'd figure that these sequels would be free, but whatever. So this one's free now. Return of the Living Dead, I think it's either on Prime or it's on Netflix. One of those it's on, and it's free right now. Okay. And you really got to watch it. I think it's Prime.
I have all those same ones you have. I have all across the board. I have those too.
Yeah.
They're great. They're great to have.
It's freaking amazing. I love it. And then like you scroll through and you see, you're like, holy shit, I haven't seen that one. That's good.
Yeah. And I'm just like, wow. Like with Prime Video, even people are like, hey, Aaron, this is before I had Prime Video, just Amazon Prime. I mean, I was like, no, I don't have it. And I finally got it because I order off Amazon a lot now too. So yeah. Like, why the hell not? And totally worth it. There's always something on there to watch.
I love Prime. I ended up getting lucky because my daughter has, if you have a kid that's a student, you get a discount.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if you have a kid that's a student, do it. It's like $6 a month.
You hear that, people? For Prime or just for Amazon Prime or for Prime Video?
Amazon Prime, which gives you Prime Video.
Oh, all right. Okay. Because yes. I know they have the Amazon Prime thing. And I know they have just Prime Video, but that's awesome. So that means it cuts the price in half, which is great.
Yep, you get all of it. So you can order cool shit and you can watch good movies.
Yes. I do have a movie suggestion for you to watch. It's called Intruder on Tubi. If you haven't seen it,
writing it down.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. All I'm going to say is, if you ever worked in retail, you will appreciate these kills, which I have worked in retail before.
I have.
And it's all in a grocery store.
Oh, nice.
Fun movie, though. Fun movie.
Intruder. Okay, well, I got one for you that's on Tubi, and it's directed by Kevin Smith. And it's called Yoga Hosers.
Yoga Hosers.
It's fucking hilarious. It's a horror comedy, and it's directed by Kevin Smith. So Johnny Depp's in it. Jason Mewes is in it. There's some other big names that you're like, oh my God, it's that guy. It's Johnny Depp's daughter's in it. Kevin Smith's daughter's in it.
Oh, nice.
The guy, I can't remember his last name, but his first name's Adam, and he was in that new movie Hide and Seek.
Okay.
He was the brother. He's in it. Johnny Depp's ex-girlfriend, that's his baby mama, she's in it. It's so fucking good. I was cracking up. They're like these little Nazi sausages.
I gotta check that out because I love horror comedies. I can't help myself with those.
If you liked House Shark, you'll love this one.
Oh, I loved House Shark.
And we loved House Shark. That was so good.
Did you ever talk with Ron?
Yeah, I had Ron and Wayne on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I gotta get Ron on.
He's cool.
But he is. I actually got to do a panel with him back in October at Scaricon. It was
this October that just passed?
Yeah, it was.
Cool.
I forgot what the panel was called. Like filming on a small budget or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was bringing. You know how I bring my podcast to these cons and stuff. So I was narrating that panel.
Mm-hmm.
I was just pretty much sitting up there, just talking back and forth with him and with the people that were sitting out there. So it was cool. It was real cool, actually.
Nice. That's awesome. I wish there were more festivals here that were kind of close by. Because really, we have the Idaho Horror Film Festival, which I absolutely love, and I go every year. But it's not a convention. It's a film festival. So I wish we would get a convention here that brings all these big names in, or even, like the indie names.
I hear you with that. I wish there was more like that around here, like closer to me too. And then Scaricon, they just had a message out the other day that they're not doing the one in June anymore because they used to do June and October.
Coronavirus.
And, October's up in the no, not even that. Even before that, because I had emailed them like a month or two ago to see what was going on. They were saying they were working on some things. So I guess the June one's going to be done, and they're going to try to keep the October one. I hope they can at least. That's the one I always went to, was the October one. I hope they can at least keep that one. But yeah, the coronavirus is screwing some crap up.
It's fucking crazy.
It is.
It is so crazy. I went to the store yesterday just to get hamburger patties, like to actually eat for fucking dinner, and there was nothing. No hamburger. No chicken. There was like steak, but I didn't want that. And then there was pork. Nobody wants that.
It's crazy. It's crazy because it's one of those things where I get why people are panicking to an extent, but I'm like, you don't have to buy 46 packs of 24 rolls of toilet paper. You can buy 1 or 2 and be done with it. So other people can get some.
It's fucking stupid. I mean, if it got down to it and you absolutely had to, you can use like wash rags and shit. Like, you're not going to fucking die because you don't have toilet paper.
You can hop in the shower. I mean, if
you can do that too.
If it's to the point where, say, they quarantined everybody and you're in your own home, it's not really going to matter. But I still feel I'm like, okay, you need to get some things. I get it. Get stuff for the house. You should know how long. I look at it too. You should know how long stuff lasts in your house anyway. Like say toilet paper, for example. Say you get a 24 pack and it's just you and your wife and maybe 2 kids. You get that 24 pack. Say that lasts 2 weeks. Okay, we'll grab 2 or 3. Grab 2 of them.
Yeah.
When that one runs out, go out and grab another one. When that one runs out, and other people can get some, but you don't have to grab 6. You don't have to grab every single one you see on the shelf.
Yeah. And it's like, and then you're screwing other people, and like people with babies and people with kids and stuff. It's like they can't get certain shit because these people are out because
you're being greedy.
Yeah, it's insane.
And it was funny because my wife and I were at Dollar General, I think it was yesterday, I went there to grab hot sauce. That's what black people do in these situations. We make sure we have our hot sauce.
If we get quarantined, I get hot sauce.
Yep. I ended up going to Dollar Tree to get the hot sauce, but when I was at Dollar General, they had paper towels. All the toilet paper was gone. Body wash shelf full. I'm like, okay, they have this virus that says you should keep your hands clean, your body clean. You're not buying body wash. I get the hand sanitizer stuff, but that's only so good. And I think there was still some hand soap left. It wasn't completely gone, but I'm like, body wash. You can use body wash as a hand soap if you really need to. Come on, let's get you don't have to get all the damn toilet paper. It'd make more sense to buy all the soap than the toilet paper, honestly.
That's true. Yeah. But I ended up buying Barbicide yesterday to spray counters and shit if I need to.
But the funny thing too, well, not funny like that this is going around, but another thing too is it's like you have all this stuff going on. This is what's making you guys finally wash your damn hands.
Yeah,
you weren't
exactly.
doing this 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Grown adults too is what I mean. I'm not even talking about the kids, just grown adults. This is what's making you finally wash your hands. You should have been doing that.
Fucking dirt bags. That's a cool cup. I like that cup. But I have the better one because I have Freddie.
I have a better one than that. The water cup.
Is that Jason?
And it's blue like my background.
It does match, huh?
My hero, Jason.
Oh, yep. It's always gonna be that Freddie versus Jason shit with us.
But you see who's standing over here, right?
Oh, yay. Good.
And Jason's standing right by him. He just doesn't like being on camera too much.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. So with this movie, were any of the actors familiar to you?
One really stands out. I don't know his name, but he was in Gremlins. He had a small role in the movie.
Yes.
And
I actually just looked at his name. Let's look.
And they were out for the scene that he was in. They were like outside. I believe it's when the bush got burned down.
Dick Miller. That's who it was.
Boom, him.
Yep.
Yeah, because when me and my wife were watching this movie. Yep. When me and my wife were watching this movie, I was like, he looks familiar. I was like, where the hell did I see him before? And I was thinking about it. And I looked at this movie and looked at the cast, hit his picture. I was like, oh, Gremlins.
I forgot he was in Gremlins.
He was in a bunch of other stuff, but that's where he stands out for me, is that.
Mm-hmm. It does now that you say it.
Yeah. That's the only one that right now that I remember that I know of seeing. I feel like the father, I've seen him in other things, but I have no idea what.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he was in some Stephen King movies, but he was also in Monster Squad.
Okay, so it's probably both.
Mm-hmm. And then he was in some other shit that I haven't seen, but he's super familiar.
Nice. Yeah, this movie was different though. Like I like how, you know what I did like about it with in the house is how the clock, after you're in the house for X amount of times, the clock messes with everybody's mind.
Yeah.
To an extent, like the girl, the lady, the dad's friend, with benefits. Her boyfriend comes over. When he comes over, they're messing around or whatever. And then when the boyfriend goes down and make himself something to eat, which is just disrespectful. You don't do that in another grown-ass man's house.
Yeah.
But he goes downstairs and makes himself something to eat. Yeah, in a green robe. And then, the dad comes down, threatens him with the gun, this, that, and the third. They have their little conversation. Then he starts screaming. And it's like he wakes himself up and he's just in the kitchen by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, did that really happen or did it not? Like, what?
Yeah.
Was the clock fucking with him or did the dad really come down? Because the dad's possessed already, messed up.
Yeah, because he's super fucked up. I liked in that same scene, though, like how the microwave started going slower and slower and slower, and the fan was slowing down and it stopped, and then the dad was sitting there.
Yeah, I like that too. Oh, I'd be so mad. Just imagine being so hungry and they're like, what the 2 minutes left? And you're waiting 2 minutes. You're like, what the fuck? 1 minute and 59 seconds? It's been 2 minutes.
Well, even like when Rusty, remember, the son,
mm-hmm.
when he went to go get the phone book and didn't return home for like 5 or 6 hours later, and he was only gone for like 1.
And she was like, where did you go?
Yeah. Like, to get the phone book.
The father's friend.
Mm-hmm.
He missed dinner and everything. You know what was funny about the son was like, for this era, this was like late 80s, early 90s, you have that typical badass kid, the way they dress and look. Like, he had to look for it, but he was the complete opposite. He was over there playing chess with an old lady.
Yeah.
Just like, he really didn't do anything bad in this movie. That's one thing I was kind of expecting from him, just again, because of his look. And, the one earring in the ear, the shirt, what the hell was it? Like a metal shirt with a band on it.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that those type of people act like that, but just how they put it in movies in general. That's how it was. That was the typical badass character was.
Yeah.
Dressed like that, listen to that music, playing a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And he really wasn't that bad. Like, he did things here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah. It was more the daughter was worse than him. And the dad.
After she got possessed, though, yeah, because before that, she was good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the same with the father, though. After he got possessed is when he changed. And the son was like the only one who never really changed, but he knew what was going on between him and the old lady. He was like, there's something weird going on.
Yeah. Which the old lady was kind of I don't know if she was so much psychic, but she almost seemed like she was psychic.
Something.
Because she knew what was going on. She had the books on the old ancient stuff that showed the clock in the house and the witchcraft shit. And I don't know. There's something odd about her.
If you remember the beginning of the movie too, where the father's just coming in with the big box with the clock in it, and they're showing the outside.
Mm-hmm.
The storm's going on, but it's like over the house only. It seems. It shows the windows, like it shows pretty much what's in the background behind me of the old house, like when the lightning flashes, and the old lady sees it. So when I seen that, I thought she was a part of it. Like maybe she used to live in that house, or she died in that house, and she wasn't like really there. But you know what I mean? Like she was just kind of following them for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually had quite a few little twists in this one.
They did.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that old movie? I want to say it was like early 90s, and it was called Mirror Mirror. and it has the lady, is it Karen Black that played Mama Firefly?
I'm horrible with names.
I think it was her in like the Rob Zombie film. She plays Mama Firefly. So she's the mom, and her daughter move into this house. It's this old ass house, and they clear everything out, like all the furniture. But there's this big old antique mirror, and so the daughter wants to keep it. So mom's like, yeah, whatever. And the mirror basically possesses her, but the mirror, kind of like there's something in it. There's this demon in it.
Yeah.
And it kills people for her. So like, she gets
nice.
bullied at school, and it kills the bully, and it does all this fucked up shit.
Interesting.
Yeah. But then it starts, killing people that really shouldn't have died. But it's super good.
I gotta see that. I want to see that.
That's on Prime, I believe. And it's free right now.
Nice. Even better.
Yeah, that's a good one. But the mirror scene in the living room when the daughter was in there, it kind of reminds me of that movie.
It's funny you say that, because I swear to you, that scene just came on as soon as you said the mirror scene. That's the scene that's playing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, speaking of this scene, I would have been way more freaked out than she was. Like I get it, she was possessed, but if I'm looking at myself in the mirror, just standing there, and my reflection's moving around,
yeah,
I'm not gonna just stand there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing.
When the hands reach out.
Yeah, that's scary.
So it's not just a white people thing where you guys look yourselves in the mirror and you're just calm.
Nope.
Seeing your reflection move.
Nope, I would have freaked the fuck out. But she couldn't have gotten out anyways. It locked her in there. But I would not have been like, true. Oh, what is that? And like touching the mirror. Fuck that shit. I would have been freaking out.
Knock the mirror over, covered it or something.
Yeah, fucking break it. Yeah. I don't know. That bitch is crazy.
I do get it though, but I'm just like, this seems a little strange.
And it's all looking at her. It turns the opposite way, and she's like, "Ew, no way." People are crazy. I don't know, but
very.
The one part that super bothered me was the dog when they couldn't find Peaches,
and it was in the pool thing.
Yeah, that was sad.
That was
poor Peaches.
That was a powerful scene right there. The lady's calling her dog. She's like, "What'd you get into?" And then boom.
Yeah.
See it dead under the thing.
Yeah.
And every bad thing that happened, it always comes back to this. Like the girlfriend always blamed the son every single time. Rusty, what are you doing? Rusty, where were you? Rusty, where are you? What are you doing? Like the bushfire, for example. Yeah. He's upstairs playing his guitar, and she goes upstairs and blames him. I'm going to tell you right now, say if I was a badass kid like that, if I'm going to light my next door neighbor's bush on fire, I'm not going to just go right back upstairs and act like nothing happened. I'm going to probably just leave.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to get blamed for it anyway. I'm just going to go somewhere, come back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, I was like, or better yet, I'd have it already planned out. Like, okay, hey, I'm going to Henry's house for the night, Mom. Okay, fine. Sneak over there. Sneak back later, light it on fire, then go back to Henry's. Where were you? I was at Henry's all night. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Gotta have an alibi. But he didn't do it. And I feel like he's a smart kid, though. He's intelligent. Yeah, he skips school. That's the bad thing he does. He skips school a lot.
Yeah.
But other than that, he really doesn't do much.
No, he was a good kid, and he was trying to help, and nobody would listen to him.
Until it was too late.
Yep. Sorry if you hear my dog snoring. He's all.
I don't even hear
it. It's like, geez. But yeah, no, I really liked it. So how many Amityvilles have you watched? Like, have you watched a bunch, or is this the first one you've seen?
No, I've seen I don't remember which ones I've seen, but I've seen at least 2 or 3, I want to say. I just don't remember which. I got to, go back and watch them again. What about you?
I've seen a bunch of them. I can't, remember the names of all of them, but obviously I've seen the original. Saw the remake. I've seen some kind of in-between ones. They weren't like the best. There was one I watched.
Grab you.
Yeah, no. There was one I watched. I can't remember what it was called. It's a newer one. It had Bella Thorne in it.
That one just came out like a year or two ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
saw
I know what
that
you're talking
one.
about. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
It wasn't like the
See.
best one, but it was, you know, I watched it just
Yeah.
cuz. But I did have the book, the biography back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and that was good. I liked that cuz it was, you know, based on the true shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to go back and watch the original and maybe watch a couple more of them. But I feel like with this movie in particular, not this one we're discussing, but just with Amityville in particular, I think people get kind of tired of it because they feel like it's always the same thing or just. But it's, I don't know. I guess you can say it with about a lot of horror movies nowadays.
That's true too.
You're making about 46 times and just change the story up a little bit. But hey.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree totally. But I don't know if you read, but if you do, you should read the biography because that will scare you more than watching the movie.
I would check it out. I actually use this app called Libby. Just need a library card. It's free.
Oh, cool.
Audiobook app. It doesn't have as many books as what the hell's the audiobook thing, the popular one?
Kindle
or audio something.
Oh,
the listeners don't know what I'm talking about.
I know you know about.
It's like at the tip of my tongue. I just cannot think of it. And it's anyway.
It's something audio though.
Yeah, it has a limited library, I'll say that. But there's still a lot of cool stuff in there. Like I can't remember all the books I've read in there or listened to in there because I listen to it while I'm at work. But I listened to Jaws, I'm Waiting for the Stand, Pet Sematary, and like a bunch of other ones, World War Z, a few others. I can't remember all the titles and all that, but it's a cool app. And like I said, it's free. You just need a library card. You sign in with your card. And you can keep the movies for you can keep the books for up to 3 weeks, the audiobook thing.
Oh, okay.
What you do is like after you sign up and everything, so you choose, say if the Amityville book is in there, you choose that book, you change the settings for the 3 weeks so you can have it for 21 days. And then you can download, like you can either listen to it via Wi-Fi or whatever, or you can just download it to your phone. That way, you know, if you're listening to it and not in the Wi-Fi area, you don't have to worry about all that buffering and crap.
Okay. And
once your 3 weeks are up, you know, if the book is not, like people put the book on hold too. So like say if I have the book and you're waiting for it, you put it on hold. So that way, like whatever day that person returns it, you get it if you're next in line. So if they return it early, you get it early. If they return it later, you know, they're 21 days, you get it then.
That's weird. So if it's audio, they only have one copy of the audio?
Yeah, it's like for some they have like one, some they have like two or three. But I'm guessing because it's a free app that they don't, you know what I mean? They don't have like a unlimited supply of all these books, I'm guessing.
But it's audio. Don't they have it just like pre-recorded where they're reading it? You'd figure that you could just download the audio. That's so weird.
I'm not sure how it works with that. I don't know.
I'm like, this is so confusing. How is that working?
It's like it's like a physical copy in a sense, but not a physical copy. That's my best. As weird as that sounds, I guess. All right, look at it like this. You're going to the video store to rent a movie, and there's only 3 copies, and those 3 copies are gone. So you're like, fuck it, I gotta come back. That's the best way I can. It's like I don't know, but my guess is just because it's free. They're just like, okay, we have a limited per county though. Like I have. It's like per county. Like mine right now is Schenectady, and like my friend James, me and him share it. So like I use his card, he used my card. So, and he lived in Albany County at the time, and I live in Schenectady County. So sometimes you get like, it might be over here, and it might not be in Schenectady. The book it.
Oh.
But it kind of works. You know, it's cool though. It's a fun freaking app. I love it.
Nice.
And I mean, you can't beat free.
No, definitely not. And so they're all audio, so it reads it to you?
Yep. I believe you can do, you can read it if you want to for other books, and I think there's more books available for that, but I just do the audio things. I work for the state, so I'm on a computer all day.
Yeah.
So if I'm not listening to a music or a podcast, I'm like, let me throw on an audio book and just kind of zone out and work.
That's cool. And then like library card, is it your local library card, or do you get a library card from the Libby app?
No, you have to go get a local card, but still,
weird.
I mean, that takes like what 5-10 minutes to fill out the information, and
yeah,
I believe you can use it that same day. Okay. If not, it's the next day, but I believe you can use it the same day as far as the Libby thing. And the only reason why I got it, honestly, is because my friend James, he told me about it.
Oh, okay.
He was like, you should check this out. And I was like, all right. I went there like that following day and signed up, got a card, and, you know, been listening to books here and there ever since. It's fun, though. I freaking love it.
That's cool.
And it gives you,
go ahead.
It gives you, it gives you a different perspective on horror movies, too. Like, once you listen to certain books, you're just like, holy shit, this book was so good.
Yeah.
You go back and rewatch that movie and you're just like, oh, damn.
Yeah. They either don't put the same stuff in, or they change it around, or they over dramatize it. The books are always better.
My 2 examples for that is the remake of it, which I really did enjoy. And they didn't copy the book all the way, but you seen what they took from the book. Yeah. Which was great. Like the look of the clown they took from the book, his like the silverish suit or whatever he was wearing, that was from the book, the old kind of clown suit. And just a bunch of other stuff. And then with Pet Sematary, I listened to that book and watched the movie, the remake. And I was like, okay, if I'm not mistaken, the same people who did the remake of Pet Sematary did it. So I'm like, okay, so they're really going to pull from the book. They're going to do great. And they dropped the ball. Yeah. I was just like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Salem's Lot was a book that I really liked, but the movie wasn't the same.
Salem's Lot? Oh, yeah, you know what they do have on there is The Shining and what the heck is the sequel called?
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. Those are both on Libby. Cool. I listened to both of those, and they were excellent.
Nice. Okay. I'll have to get it. I think I have a library card. I just don't ever go.
Well, see, if you don't have one, that's your reason to get one.
Yeah. You should see if my book is on there.
I should check it out.
Yeah, just see if it's there. I don't know if it would be, but maybe.
That would be cool.
That'd be super cool. It's probably not, because I think with those are like people that are with, like New York Times.
I'm not sure, but if not, I would say if I was you, and this goes to any other author out there that's going to listen to this show, see if there's a way you can get it on there.
That's true.
Because at the very least, I mean, I know you wouldn't be making, I don't know about the whole money portion of it. I'm guessing you wouldn't be making money off of it, but it's another way to promote yourself and get yourself out there more. People, hey, I can go here. Yeah. And and maybe that's another reason why it's like limited to one person or 2 people at a time. Because if it's I don't know people. I'm just guessing, but maybe I'll just throw a random number out there. Maybe they're like, hey, here to the author, hey, and if there's money involved, maybe they're like, hey, so if they're talking to you, hey, we're going to give you $40 for one of your books. And it's just going to kind of be generated back and forth, running, through people. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. I have no clue. Yeah. Or maybe like, hey, it's a free promotion for you. We can only limit out X amount per city or whatever, per town. But you can come on here. You don't have to worry about paying to be on this platform, which, again, free promo is always good.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll have to check that out too.
But yeah, I'll definitely look into it.
I will. But yeah, get the biography. Because it's really good.
I'll see if it's on there.
Oh yeah. God, I was gonna ask you something. Now I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, I still don't like Nicolas Cage, if that's what you're gonna ask.
I was totally gonna ask that. I thought you had a change of heart. Damn it.
No. It's even worse now because he's in that movie. What is it? Color.
I know what you're talking about.
Another horror. It's like in the horror genre. And my friend, who's another podcaster, Anthony, wants to do that movie, and he knows how I feel about Nicolas Cage. Kind of like when you guys picked out Mandy. I
didn't pick Mandy. Nightmare Shop picked Mandy.
Well, they did, but you know why they picked it out.
Okay. I didn't even think about it that way.
It was fun, but I'm gonna have to eventually watch it.
Yeah.
And review it.
It's getting good reviews though, so I wonder if it's better than Mandy. But see, it's like 50-50. So many people love Mandy, and then some people hate it.
Yep.
But I don't like it.
Nicolas Cage actually has fans, which surprises me.
I'm a fan. I think he's good.
Oh, man. We get to disagree on something besides Jason and Freddy.
I know. I think he's good. I liked him in Raising Arizona. That was good. And Peggy Sue Got Married. I liked him in that one too.
Never seen those. And
yeah, right. You probably have like a whole collection of his movies, and you're like, oh, I hate him.
That would be funny.
Every night before bed.
That would be really funny.
This is my Nicolas Cage collection.
Just like a room dedicated to Nicolas Cage.
A shrine.
He's done all his interviews.
You have his poster hanging up.
Yep, with a shirt.
I ripped my shirt. You ripped my shirt.
Oh, man, that guy.
Oh, fuck. That's funny. God, I can't remember what the hell I was going to ask you. It was something about, I think, Amityville. Or it was another movie if you've watched it. I don't know. Damn it. I can't remember.
It'll come to you.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm losing my mind lately, so.
Right now, it's at the part where what's his name? Rusty's getting arrested. He's in the back of the cop car, and he just seen the old lady in the getting put into the ambulance.
Yeah. What was her name? Not Fern.
I don't know.
It starts with an E. Eden? No. I can't remember.
Elderly lady?
Yeah. But the way she died, holy shit, with that fucking stork.
That was cool. And that was like a, what is that movie? Like Guilty Pleasure. What is it? One of the Final Destination type of kills. That's what that made me think of.
Yeah.
That would have been, I mean, it was cool in this movie. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But it would have been perfect in that kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
She gets out of the way of the truck coming down the road. The truck hits the pole, and then boom, the freaking, what the hell was it, a duck?
It was a stork.
Bird.
A stork.
Oh, you just said that too.
Mm-hmm.
The stork thing falls off and kills her?
Yeah, which is so weird because it's like, okay, if you know that you almost just died, and she's just watching it, just swaying back and forth, wouldn't she like move or run or, roll?
She's old though, so, her move was getting over there and diving on the ground. That was it. She had to build up her energy again.
She's like, I can't move.
Nope.
Poor lady. I know that sucked. That was a bummer.
That was actually one of my favorite scenes in the movie, kill wise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because it was just so. You know how I love the gory slasher type stuff, but that was it was a fun kill. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it when she got out of the way until I seen the thing rocking back and forth. I was like, all right, I know where this is going.
She's done.
Yep. Unless she moves. I did think for like a split second, I was like, maybe she'll roll out the way at the last second. Mm-hmm. But no, she didn't move.
She didn't. She just laid there. Poor lady. I did always like the part, how I was telling you before. I can't remember if we were recording at the time or if we were talking before. Mm-hmm. But how I really liked the daughter when she got all like badass and sexy and pretty. And,
oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought she was so pretty. But the part when she's in Rusty's room and it's all blood all over the walls and she's crying and he picks her up. And then she's like, it's too bad you're my brother, and like licks his ear. And then he like sticks the amp cord in her mouth and fries her.
Which was awesome. I
loved that whole part.
That was awesome. I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if that would really work. I don't know.
I thought the same thing when I watched it again. I was like, would that really do that?
Would that do that? Or is it just going to do nothing? Because you unplugged it, but is it still plugged into the amp? You just unplugged it from the amp. So what's it going to, I really don't know. Or did you unplug it from like a microphone or guitar or whatever?
I think it was his guitar. I think he pulled it out of his guitar and stuck it in her mouth.
Okay, and the guitar, which means it was still plugged into the amp at the other end, and the amp was still on.
Yeah, but I don't think that would happen.
Either way, it was cool.
Yeah, it was super cool.
And he did the right thing by that, because the last movie me and you did together, they didn't do that at all. But it came to incest, they were all in on it. They were all in on it.
Yep. Which movie did we watch? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, what the hell was it? Hills Run Red.
Yes. That's right.
I was just doing some edits to that earlier. I got to finish it up.
Nice. Cool. You'll have to send me the link for sure. And then I'll post it and stuff. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I ended up doing, I don't know if you saw it, or listened to it, whatever. Paul Stevenson with I
worked with him.
We did an episode together with him.
Yes. And that's when my computer crashed. But that's conversation after we record. I'll tell you about it after we record.
Okay.
All I was going to say is I lost a lot of episodes.
Oh, man, that's a bummer. I had that happen on
was a good one.
Hard drive. Yeah, that was so fun.
But yeah, he's cool though, Paul.
Who Will Survive Horror podcast? Or
yes.
I cannot. It's like tongue twisting me.
Who Will Survive? Yeah.
Who Will Survive Horror podcast?
Yep, I was on his show one time too. What did we do? I don't remember what we did. We had a good conversation on there too, though.
Yeah, they're fun.
I have to go back.
But he
They
did
are.
like a women's thing, where I think there was 5 of us, and he did almost like it was like a generated thing where he had a whole list of movies, and he's like, okay, you guys all pick a number, 1 through 5, and then he'd do the generator, and then whoever got like that number got that movie, whatever. So we each had 2 movies designated to us. So we did I Am Not a Serial Killer, which is this really cool movie. You should check that out with Christopher Lloyd.
Okay.
So much happens where you're like, that's not what I expected. It's so good. It's really cool. Good movie. And then what was the other one? What's the name of it? It had Tony Todd in it, and they were at the carnival.
I'm not sure about that one.
Shit. It's a new one. It's a Blumhouse film. And like the people in the fun house, they're actually killing them and stuff. Hellfest.
Hellfest?
Yes.
I don't think I watched that. I think I had that on my list, but I didn't watch that one yet.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, but we did those 2 movies. That was cool. I was glad with my things I picked.
Yeah.
I really wanted the Rob Zombie films, but somebody else got them. I'm like,
Oh, you are a Rob Zombie fan.
I am. See?
Yeah, the shirt. The shirt proves it.
Yes. But no, that was fun. Oh, so I don't know. Another one, I know we're like kind of getting off topic with movies, but another one that you need to see is Deadheads. It's a horror comedy.
Deadheads?
Yes.
Nice. I love horror comedies.
That's Prime also. That one's really good. I
started like, you know how with Tubi, once you sign in there with your email or whatever, you can start searching for movies and you can put movies in the queue.
Yeah.
What I did was I looked up like I went to Google and just searched like slasher movies on Tubi.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I found the Intruder movie.
Oh. Okay.
And there was a few other movies I found that I put in my queue. I forgot what they were. So what I'm trying to do now, like I said earlier, is start watching more horror movies that I've never seen or never heard of before.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact of 1, for the show, and 2, just to expand. Like, there's some great gems out there we've never heard of or never seen. And it's just, I'm like, it's right there. And it's free on top of that. So it's not like you gotta, which I'm not against it, but it's not like you have to pay, say, $5 for the movie to rent it for a day and you don't like it. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I can handle the ads. I don't care. It's like a commercial, like you're watching TV.
They're like 30-second ads. That's not a big deal.
Yeah. Tubi's amazing.
I love it.
I think I discovered it when I first started recording with you.
I might have told you about it because I know, I think House Shark is on there.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
So yeah, maybe that's where I watched. That might be where I watched it. Well, the first time. I've watched it like 5 times, but the first time was on Tubi, I think. And then they put it on.
As a matter of fact, I got Henry to get that. Henry got that movie. He got House Shark, and he got this movie called She Kills that Ron did. I have it too.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet. But I like this guy's style of the way he does horror, how he does like the horror comedies and just has a good time with it.
Yeah.
He's real down there. He's a cool person too. So that helps.
Yeah, he's super cool. Yeah. With this movie also, you know how like the clock basically grounds itself into the house and starts turning into the house? That part was cool when she's trying to destroy it at the end and she's ripping apart walls and it's like the whole house is a fucking clock.
You see the wheel, you see the wheels from the clock and all that. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really neat.
I thought something was going to happen though, because some part in the beginning of the movie, you see the clock, you hear it and you see it. It's when the son goes downstairs, when he hears the dog outside. But you hear it and you see the clock like drilling into the fireplace mantle. And when the kid goes to like look in the room, I remember how the room like switched on when he kept turning the lights on and off. The room kept switching.
Yeah,
like it stopped the drilling thing until he went back upstairs.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, and then that's when it like embedded itself really into the house, and you seen what happened after that.
Oh yeah, bunch of crazy shit. Fucked. All fucked.
Yeah.
Luckily, how at the end, when it was speeding up time and making her super old and shit, luckily she started on fire.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that, and I like how Rusty became a baby.
Yeah,
and then
a
which
baby.
confused me. She was like, she sent him outside, and it was a little confusing when she goes to destroy the clock and all that, and then boom, it's like you're at the beginning of the movie again when the father comes home with the clock.
Yep.
And so I'm thinking in my mind, is this just gonna be like a repeated cycle? Is the same shit gonna happen over and over? Because he was like, what do you have that for? And she was like, oh, protection.
Mm-hmm.
And when the movie first starts, you're just like, what the hell is she talking about? But when it comes, when it goes to the end and comes back to that part, you're like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know it's for my whole thing too though, if you know it's for protection, you say it's for protection, it's like we should get the fuck out of here like right now. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's leave this house.
Fuck out. Well, and it's funny because the dad
she
didn't
does
remember.
destroy the clock.
Yeah. So she
nobody did.
Rusty kind of did at the end because how he said something to the old lady, when she was standing outside watching, and he was talking to her when the lady freaked out, broke the clock, and left. So he remembered, and the old lady remembered.
But the father and daughter, they had no clue.
Yeah.
But they both died too, kind of. They were so attached to the house after that.
That's true.
So maybe that's why they didn't remember. And the other two didn't really get possessed. I mean, they seen things, but they didn't really get possessed or controlled. They got like thrown around a little bit, but that was it.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that part. His leg was disgusting when he got bit by the dog. Yes, and it's all like
that was cool,
sticky and fucking bloody and oozy, and she stuck that thing through it. Oh my god,
that was
bad.
That was a good scene though.
And it broke off in there. I was like, oh god, that probably hurt.
Oh, it definitely hurt. So you get that part, and then when he's getting attacked by the dog, he's trying to hop the fence and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, damn, man, this is nuts.
Well, and then it's weird too, because it's like, okay, usually with Amityville, everything happens in the house. It doesn't do anything outside of the house. It's in the house or on the house grounds. With this one, shit was happening way outside of the house. The old lady got killed. The dad got attacked by the dog, which the dog and the lady weren't even really there.
No, they weren't.
So it's like, and that was way the fuck wherever he was running.
It makes you think though, did he really leave the house? I mean, I'm assuming he did, but at the same time, like after that, he never left the house again.
Yeah.
Throughout this movie. Until, when it starts over, not starts over, but when it goes to the end and it shows him bringing the stuff in. But other than that, he never left the house again.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like kind of in and out throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Rusty.
Yeah, poor Rusty. He was aware. Nobody else was.
He was very aware. And like every single time somebody was getting in trouble for doing something, it was him.
Yeah.
Him getting blamed for it.
Like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're grounded.
Okay.
He's like, for what? What the fuck did I do? I was playing my guitar. Gosh.
Now it's at the part with the bloody room, going into his room, and his sister's in there.
My favorite part.
Blood all over the walls and ceiling.
And the rock.
See, now if I see that, as soon as I see that, I'm just going to close the door and just leave. Like, all right, I got to go. This isn't.
There's too much blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize she's possessed, so he's probably thinking she's in trouble, so he wants to help her because it's his sister, and then she's trying to fuck him, so then he has to kill her.
True. Good. That's a great point. But still, I'm like, oh, man. Because he looks around the room, sees all the blood, but yeah, that makes sense.
That's like, if that happened, okay, so if you walked into a room and your wife was sitting on the floor crying and there was blood everywhere, you wouldn't just walk out.
Good point.
You would go over there and be like, what the fuck happened?
Great point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Him.
I'd have ended up dead, though, because as soon as she starts doing what his sister was doing, that's it. And it's my wife.
Oh, fuck. That was good.
I like how, with the girl, I don't know if she's the dad's friend. Remember when the police come at the end of the movie and she's banging she's trying to get out the door.
Yeah.
She's banging on the window.
Mm-hmm.
She can see, like when she looks out, she can see them. And when they look in, it's just dark.
Yeah, they can't hear her, they can't see her, and she's screaming her head off. Same with the daughter, remember in the
when she was stuck in the
living
room.
room? Yep,
That
living
was
room.
cool.
That would be
That was
scary.
cool. I like that.
After she got molested by the mirror.
Yep. This movie definitely had some good aspects to it. Oh, there's the father again.
Crazy ass father.
Bastard.
And he's so gross too.
His leg was real bad.
Fuck yeah, it was. It was sick. And then like when she poured the peroxide or whatever she poured on it, it's all bubbling and sizzling and shit. It's like, man.
Yeah, his leg is all tore up.
Yeah.
He's strong though. He just threw across the room.
He's possessed.
Pretty much.
That demon power.
That's good.
Like he was all dirty, and I kept thinking, God, I wonder like how bad he smelled. He didn't shower for like weeks. He's all grimy. He's got food and dirt everywhere. He's probably like pissing and shitting in the bed. I was like, he probably stinks.
You start seeing when he's throwing her around. You start seeing the You don't see the clock stuff, but you see like the walls are real light. Like there's a light coming from the walls. I mean. When she's getting slammed up against the wall.
Oh, like when she hits the wall and it breaks and light comes through.
Yeah. And knowing what I know now about what happens, I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Because when I watched it before, I'm like, why the fuck are all these? You break a wall, right? Where's this light coming from? Oh, okay.
It's from the other room. I was super sad that the boyfriend died. That was sad. He didn't deserve that.
When he was got hung outside the window.
Yeah.
That was cool, though.
It was cool.
What I thought was cool about it is when she goes into the one room and she sees, like, the display of everything, and she just sees the display of him hanging out the window, and then she sees him hanging out the window.
Yeah. That would suck. And it's like, he doesn't even fucking live there, and he got screwed.
Hey, he shouldn't have been over there.
That's true.
Well, that was weird. Actually, she shouldn't have been there either, but that's another story.
Yeah. Exactly. And she cheated on the boyfriend.
Yep.
Remember, she was screwing the dad before he got possessed.
And she probably would have again if he didn't get possessed.
Probably. And it's like, gosh, that poor boyfriend.
Yeah, he really didn't.
He didn't deserve that, damn it. Did he kill her?
Yep. He stuck the thing in her mouth and then turned the amp all the way up.
I wonder if that would work.
I don't know.
I still think that's so cool how you have the house behind you. That's neat. That virtual background. That's badass. I was like, holy shit. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, this is going to be like my new.
Oh, no, go ahead. But I'll remember. So say what you're going to say.
Oh, that's just going to be my new thing when I'm recording and stuff. And I'll tell you more about it when we're done recording.
Okay. Yeah, that's super cool. What I was going to ask you, since you live in New York, have you ever been to the Amityville house or seen it, or?
I'm not even sure what part of New York that is. I'm in Schenectady, New York. I'm like 25 half hour away from Albany and about 3.5 or 4 hours away from the city.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what part of Amityville is.
I know.
But I wouldn't mind.
There.
I wouldn't mind checking it out, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to go inside or not. Maybe. I definitely want to take pictures in front of it. But the whole going inside thing, black people don't usually do stuff like that.
Fuck, I wouldn't do that either. Supposedly, so somebody does live in it now, because I was reading something on it the other day, and they haven't had anything happen. But just knowing the history behind it and all the shit that did happen, I wouldn't fucking live there. I wouldn't chance it. Screw that.
No. But I think it's a cool thing. I think it's a cool part in horror and stuff like that. I think it's real cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to, like I said, to go out there, take pictures in front of it and all that, if the family's okay with it. But I'm sure they have to be, and I'm sure they have to be used to it by now. But I'm just like, me personally, say if I did live in something like that, I'd be so annoyed with people coming over every day. Hey, can I take a picture? Like, oh, God.
No, you can't. Or pay. You can pay me for it.
I wonder if they switched the house up, though. Like, put different types of windows in and all that.
I was just going to say that.
Or if it's still the same look.
Pretty sure they switched it. Yeah.
That changes things then.
I could be wrong, but I thought that I read that they did change it. So it doesn't even look the same.
Yeah, that would be the first thing. If, again, I wouldn't do it, but that would be the first thing I'm doing. Like, all right, everything in here is getting changed. I'm putting a different type of window in here. Everything's getting changed.
I'm blessing the house.
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary. I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street house. I got to take a picture of it.
Really? How
Yeah,
was that?
It was cool. When I was in California, they changed the door. It's not red, it's green now. But
still though.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, holy shit, that's so awesome. Because when I was down there, it was right by where I was staying. And so we just parked and walked over there real quick and took a quick picture. I'm bummed I didn't take a picture in front of it, though. I only took a picture of the house, which I don't even know where that picture's at now, but somewhere.
That's cool. That's cool.
So that was pretty neat. But so I guess as far as, would you watch this again?
Yeah, I would.
Well, I mean, I guess you are right now, but
technically. And you know what's funny is, like I was telling you earlier, when I was editing my video, I had the movie playing in the background with sound, and I was just about over. The movie was just about finished. Excuse me, the movie was just about finished. And then when you emailed me, I'll be ready in such and such a time. I was like, all right. So I stopped doing what I was doing. I saved what I was doing. Went downstairs for a little bit. Came back up, and I was like, we're about to start recording. Let me start this movie over again. So this was kind of my third time watching it, just kind of like having it on playing, watching it. First time I obviously sat there and really watched it. Second time, again, like I said, I was doing other things. I had it played in the background, and then now it's playing in the background on quiet, on mute.
On mute.
So yeah, and this is actually the part where I'm at the part now where she's ripping the walls and she sees the clock, the inside of the clock, which is cool.
Yeah. Luckily, she started that shit on fire before she died.
I know, she was smart for that.
Yeah, thank God there was a thingy there. What is it? A lighter.
Oh, yeah. She's still ripping the walls right now. She just fell over.
All right. So now is the time when you can give shout outs or let everybody know where to find you, what to look, because you got so many platforms that you're on. So now's your time to shine.
As far as shout outs go, I'll do a couple. Let's shout out my wife. Hello. If you do watch this. I'll shout out and thank you for all the support. She does like all the background stuff. She does like when I go to cons, funny, you've been recorded with me and Henry before. So when Henry came out here in October, we all went to the con, obviously. And I was like, and I did want her to go to the con, but I was like, if she couldn't go, I was like, you wouldn't trust me to hit her sit at the table? She's like, no, absolutely not.
She's like, nope.
But she's right. She's like, just no. So yeah, she does like she might end up on the show one of these days, maybe, but she's like more behind. She likes doing more behind the scenes stuff. Like she likes creating stuff. Like when I build the website, she'll probably be the one doing that. 'Cause she likes doing that kind of stuff. She all that fancy stuff. She just loves it. The business card. She's like, I guess you could say she's kind of like my business manager.
Yeah, pretty much.
She takes care of all that kind of stuff. I mean, as far as like the business cards, the website stuff, and stuff like that, I'm the one who I'll contact people that I want to record with, this, that, and the third. But she does all the other behind the scenes stuff. And then obviously my brother Henry, he came out here to the con to help me do some panels and all that good stuff. He's been a supporter since day one. And the Nightmare Shop, they're great. Yes. People got to go check out their shop and buy a bunch of cool shit. Anybody who's a part of the Horror Research 30 podcast now, and it's going to work with me in the future, big shout out to you guys. Oh, Monkey Vader, you have to get her on here. The girl, the little girl, she's awesome. She's going to be in this movie called Embowlers, I believe. It's an Indiegogo movie. It's in the Indiegogo process right now. I believe it just started. Started either Friday or Saturday. I don't remember. I think Friday the 13th it started.
Nice.
But yeah, you'll love her. She's so much energy, so much horror knowledge for an 8-year-old, which I think is beautiful because you don't see that anymore. And yeah, that's my shout outs.
Cool. Where can they find you?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, I have a Horror Research 30 group. And in that group, you can share anything horror related, including your own podcast, or as long as it's horror related, I'm cool. Your own podcast, shows, whatever. I have a Horror Research 30 Facebook page that's just dedicated to the podcast and like whatever we're doing, we'll post on there. And I also have a Twitch, which for those of you who game, We play mainly horror games. My Twitch name is horror_with_sir_sturdy. Sorry for those underscores. It's just the way Twitch works. I can't have it the way I really want it. So there's that. And I have a YouTube channel, Horror with Sir Sturdy, which I'm always putting videos out of something. Something. And I think that's all my platforms. Yeah. So, and Podbean's like my home network for my podcast. But anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can hear this podcast, my podcast. And I think that's it. I think.
You think.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So I want to thank you for coming on. I thank you in general, just because, you're who's got me started podcasting. Back when I was on your show all the time, so you kind of taught me the ways, I guess you can say. Thanks for being my friend. Thank you for coming on. It's, I'm glad that we have the friendship that we do. I really appreciate you. I want to thank,
of course.
I want to thank No, you're fine. But no, you're awesome. And I'm just really glad that you came on. And sorry I had to cancel last weekend, but I'm glad that we finally got to do it, because I've been so excited to get you on my show.
Yes. Fam, I understand how that goes. Stuff happens. And, you just got to reschedule. It's cool.
Yeah. It's been crazy, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But I want to thank Crazy Ink Publishing for publishing my books. I have Broken Halo and Broken Halo Blood Curse. Both are available on Amazon right now. Matthew Price Thompson with MPT Graphics for doing my artwork. Chris Atella for doing my outro music. And then also I have some promo music of his that I'll be using with little promo videos. Johnny Daggers he was actually my first guest, but he also did my intro and my logo stuff. And he's been helping me a lot figuring out little things I need to do.
Nice.
My Indie Productions, I'm a featured artist on there, and definitely check them out. They support all kinds of indie people, directors, actors, producers, writers, like everything. They're a huge, huge platform, and they're just amazing. So My Indie Productions, they're on Facebook. They have a website. Bud Vino, I want to thank him too. He's been a huge supporter for everything constantly. So he's amazing. He also has a huge background in radio. He does a show called Custody Lives Matter, or Custody Matter Lives. I always get it wrong, but if you just look up Custody Lives, it'll pull it up. So I want to thank him. And, just all of my friends, family, supporters, everybody that's supporting me still, supported me in the beginning, and just, that's pretty much it. So I thank everybody.
Awesome. Yes, thank everybody. It was fun being on the show, though. We definitely got to do this again.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think we should do, what was the one that we were talking about? People Under the Stairs.
We're talking about like 6 people. Okay.
Well, I don't know, because we did talk about a bunch. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until next time, we'll see y'all later.